Man, what to do, man? Check it out. This is the show they call BaldHeaded Reason. I am your host, Tim Harvin. I got my boys in the house, man. We're going to kick with y'all a little bit. Before I introduce my boys, I want to go ahead and let y'all know, man, to go ahead and follow us on Spotify and on YouTube, man. New episodes every Monday. BaldHead Reasoning. Go out there and get you some of that, man. I got my boys in the house, man. Watchdog, man, talk to me, boy. You got the Stetson on tonight. What it do, baby?
Well, I hope y'all are having a very pleasant and happy Friday evening. I just want y'all to say thank y'all for joining us today. And hey, top of the evening to you, and hope you got something in your cup that's gonna fill you up. And welcome, and make sure you subscribe to BaldHeaded Reason.
Man, boy, I could have did that better myself. Obi-Wan, what it do, baby?
I'm here with my pappy.
Show you right. Show you right. Show you right. Show you right.
And when you ever get a chance, you know what I'm saying, I got some pappies coming to old Watchdog and old Mr. Hobbit, you know what I'm saying? Soon we'll have a tracking number. Once I get back to that doggone post office, because it was kind of packed.
Show you right.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, out here in Tennessee, man, we got another old weather warning tonight. You know what I'm saying? This doggone bipolar weather again.
Well, y'all stay with it.
Man, for real. You know what I'm saying? For real. But other than that, man, I'm ready to start the show, man. Let's go, man. Make sure you subscribe. BaldHeaded Reason.
You know, enjoy that pappy online once I get it, man. We're gonna do a smoke out online, dog. You know what I'm saying? Right, we're gonna do a smoke out online for sure. Big Lev, what's going on, big baby? What's going on, boy?
What's happening, good people? I've been gone for a minute. Good to be back. Hey, Obi-Wan just said it, man. Y'all need to go on and subscribe, because these last 2 weeks, you know, I didn't do the show, man. So I was able to watch it from a fan's perspective. And dog, I was rolling, man. I was rolling. Hey, I got to get 2 cents in about them cereals y'all was talking about a couple weeks ago. y'all bougie. Y'all ain't say nothing about being on no doggone wick and not being able to get nothing but Kick and King Vitamin. Y'all was on bougie, but I started to call in. We had a one. I was called in, dog.
You should have been here, dog. Did nobody break out the King Vitamin? That's legendary, baby.
My mama could get, dog. We was on Wick. You know, Wick, you couldn't go in there and just ball out of control. You had to get whatever they offered, dog.
Shit, they say cereal on there. That's it, dog. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. King Vitamin, that was epic right there, dog. That's what I'm talking about. All right, well, man, we're going to jump right to it, man. Hey, we're going to jump into this legendary 4-segment show called BaldHeaded Reason, man. Our first topic is called The Head Lead. It's sponsored by New Spot Alert ATL. New Spot Alert ATL, man, is the all new New Spot Alert ATL is out there right now, man. And, you know, we out here in these streets, man. We're putting it down for the compound. You know what I'm saying? Let people know what it is out here in the street, man. Represent for the culture out here. So go out there, man. Tap in. Check out New Spot Alert ATL for all your culinary and goods and services needs. You dig? All right. The Head Lead, fellas. And this is in reference to the Diddy trial, man. You know, the Diddy trial is dominating the airways right now. But, you know, this is kind of it's kind of going that way. So, you know, should we focus more on teaching our children values and respect? And if so, man, has fame become America's most addictive, you know, our most dangerous addiction, man? You know, because I think everybody want to be rich and famous and want to live their life, but they don't understand the consequences that come with that thing. So, y'all, again, should we focus more on teaching our children about values and respect? And has America really become our most dangerous addiction? Kick us off there, Obi-Wan.
Man, I'm tell you, values. I think, you know what I'm saying, every parent, you know what I'm saying, should focus on teaching their kids values and respect. You know, that stuff goes a long way, man. You know what I'm saying? As small as open the door for, you know what I'm saying, a woman, if you're a male, you know what I'm saying, or an elderly person saying yes, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, whatever. It goes a long way, man. And I see that like for instance, my kids, man, when they see me doing it, they follow along. You know what I'm saying? It's a domino effect. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I'm sitting there disrespecting old elderlies and, you know what I'm saying, not showing respect to other personnel, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna follow suit. You know, like, you know what I'm saying, like it's respect for instance, man, like, you know, being a referee, man, you know, I see nowadays kids are not very respectful to officials. You know, they are quick to point the finger at official, man, say you blew this, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? And you know, being official, then you try to talk to the kids, man. And some of the kids, man, they just straight up disrespectful, man. Now you got, you know, quite a few, man, that actually are respectful because they come from a good household. When we came up, man, bro, we couldn't say nothing. You know,
Nope.
we couldn't say nothing, man, because that stuff it trickled down. You know, not only your parents go get the message that, hey, such and such was being disrespectful, man, that doggone person you being disrespectful to, you might catch a butt whooping with them.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and you know, and that's what it was back in the day, man. And you know, we have to, you know, teach our kids, you know what I'm saying, values and stuff of that nature, man, because they're getting all their teachings, man, from TV. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy, man, because with the second part of the question, money and power, man.
Yeah.
Money and power, bro. It's, you know what I'm saying, you know, you got all these influencers now on your social media pages, and that's what they're following, man. You know, everybody's about getting that click. You know what I'm saying? And you know, when you get the subscribers, and like, you know, like us, we're doing a podcast, but we get the subscribers, but we're here to teach, man. We're not looking for no power and stuff of that nature, man. We're here to have a good conversation with, you know what I'm saying, others, and get a nice little following, man. But some of these people, man, they do stuff on their social media, man, that some of it just don't make sense. They'll be doing crazy stuff, man, just to get a liking, a backing. But you know what I'm saying? Once you get that backing, man, and let's talk about power. Power has taken over, dude. With this P. Diddy trial, man, bro, that dude had everything in the palm of his hand. Money, you know, respect, you know, love, you know, even if you weren't married, man, you know, you
Well
had
accomplished too. One
you
of the
had it
best to ever
all.
do it. Yeah.
But it's all about power, man. He wanted power over people. You know, and that's, bro, that's not a good look, man. You know, you're very well liked. You know, everybody's subscribing to your music, you know what I'm saying, listening to your music and stuff of that nature, man. You're a great artist, but you now this is overshadowing everything that you accomplished in life. You know, that his legacy, man, is gonna be crap. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's sad, man. You know that we got to that point, man, where this guy was power hungry more than anything. You know, he wanted mind control over everybody, man. And you know, we have to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, you know, especially our younger generation, man, they understand that, you know, your values and your respect will take you a long way. You know, and you know, you gonna have to work. But you know what I'm saying, when people look at you, they be like, man, you know what, that person right there, man, he's very respectful, man. And you know what I'm saying? And if sometimes it may come down to two people, man, trying to apply for a job. But you got that in your background, you may have that edge over that person, man. You know?
No doubt. No doubt about it.
But that's why I stand on that one, man.
Okay. Very, very insightful, man. And you made a great point. And you know, the thing about Diddy, what you're saying, you know, not only did he have everything, but he's probably, man, in the midst of all of this, just like R. Kelly, he's probably gonna go down as one of the best to ever do it, man. You know,
Yep.
as far as like having, you know, the range of all these different artists and bringing all these guys, he was very successful, man. You know. Yep. Okay, watch dog. All right.
Well, I had a feeling you gonna come back to me real fast. You did. But so what I'm gonna say is, you know, in reference to, you know, the Diddy trial, cause me and my youngest daughter had kind of take on that the other day, and I, you know, she kind of got mad at me, but I get it. But I was telling her, there's some things that within that when I look at it and say, should we focus more on teaching our children about the values and respect, right? I fall back to that and I think about what are we, the generation, and not ours per se, But this particular generations that we looking at now, what is it, Gen Z, whatever, that how do they see things compared to it? And it goes back to what are they seeing that we didn't see? What is their outlook on life? Their outlook, a lot of the outlook, you see it in everyday video. You see it in the video. You see it in social media right now. You see all the stuff that's going on and how they feel, how they get, they worry about clicks and likes and all of this, right? But when it comes to that, should we be teaching our children about value and respect? If you're doing it, and if the parents did it, at what point in time do that ownership switch to the children? If you taught your children the respect, the values, and all that, and then they decide, you know what, I get it, you taught me all of that, but whatever, shot it, threw it right in the trash, and I'm gonna do what I want because I need to get to the bag. I need to get to the bag, and how I'm gonna get to the bag is by doing this, throwing some of that respect and values that you taught me out the window. So I'm asking myself when I look at this, and listen to it. I be trying not to because like I told them, like I told her, and I know she's probably mad at me, but I said when we looking at this has become now mainstream media. For a lot of us.
That goes back to one of the shows we talked about earlier about has social media replaced mainstream. Go ahead. I ain't mean to interrupt you, but that's important. No, I'm glad you said that because that was a good point.
That's where we at right now. This has become, as a minority group in America, this has become our focal point. It's the same thing when it happened with R. Kelly. It's the same thing when it happened with doggone Bill Cosby. It relates right. It goes right back to we are more focused on let's see. Hey, we got to get them. We're gonna police our own, but we're gonna let everybody else get away with it. Some people come back and say, "Well, they got Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, whatever." But you got a guy right now you elected that's sitting in the house in a seat right now, the most powerful seat in the country, and you gave him a solid pass. And I'm not only talking about the white community. I'm talking about some of the minority community. You gave him a solid pass, but had the audacity to sit there and be on media, crucifying Diddy. Diddy did that's some dumbass shit. Because like you said, Obi-Wan, he had everything. Hell, R. Kelly had everything. They had what most Americans want. They had that kind of wealth that could be generational, especially for a minority group. You could have established yourself a different way and gave and your kids and whoever in your family would have generational wealth. Then that money would stretch years to come, long past you. But for some reason, like you said, they decided that, hey, I want power. I want the power that the people have over me, right? It's just like the thing that's out there. It was a statement out there. I'm trying to remember who said it, but they were saying he got this handed to him. He paid the money, but when he hesitated to pay the money. But when he did that, that's when it opened the door for them to say, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take this man down because he was trying to say that, his Ciroc, his liquor stuff, they wasn't paying him the right amount of royalties and all this. He tried to bring stuff, then all of a sudden, and I hate to say it like this, don't take it wrong, people. I'm saying all of a sudden, in a sense that because he didn't do what he should have did in the background, if he was trying to hide his personal whatever, he should have went on and paid up front and got out the way. But you still do what you had, it's gonna come back and hit you in the face. It just any way you look at it. You just gotta pray that you can change yourself and grow from what you did, right? But at this point, I don't think he was trying to do that. I don't think he had no aspirations of changing what he was doing, and it boiled over to a point where people eventually really got fed up because he continuously was doing it. Just continuously, like with no regard. Like I'm freaking who I am, and if you want to be what you want to be, you want to get to this pinnacle, you're gonna have to come through me, and that means through baby oil and what.
Froze, man. Froze. At least on my
froze up.
When it comes on values, man, we gotta push it, man.
Uh-oh.
He froze up again. All right, big dog. Okay, we got you. All right, Lil, go ahead and tap in.
Yeah, man. As far as values and whatnot, yeah, for sure, it's falling. It's falling. In my field of work, man, I see it every day.
Yeah.
And I think it was Watchdog that asked the question, man. He said, at what point do we put it? We take it off the parents and we put the onus on the kids. My answer to that is, as long as they're in your house, it's on you. And here's why I say that, because Obi-Wan, you said it, man. Your kids are watching you and they following your lead and they're doing what they see you do. All right. And a lot of households, that's the same thing, good or bad. They doing the bad they see you do, they doing the good they see you do. All right. I say it's not going to change. It's still on the parent, man. And then you got some options. You got some power. A lot of times now, I see it every day, man, with parents. A lot of parents, they're more interested in being their kid's friend. And, you want your kids to have a, relationship with you, man, where you laughing and joking, all that kind of stuff. Everybody want that. You lying if you say you don't want it. All right. Everybody want
you telling the lie if you want it,
Right. Man, you want your kids in your life as much as possible, man.
Right.
That's right.
You want to know they're going to be there for you in the back end, on the back end.
A lot of people, they look at it and they say, hey, I want that at all costs. And if that means that, hey, if the teacher call or if the bus driver call or if somebody call and say, hey, your son or your daughter is doing this right here, well, the values and everything's going out the way because that kid is going to hear you say, oh, no, you ain't about to come at my kid like that. Oh, no. You're not going to handle my child like that. And I'm talking about ordinary situations. I ain't talking about that where an adult has crossed the line and done something crazy, cussing them out or talking crazy, whatever. I'm just talking ordinary checking kids and ordinary just, putting kids in their place and that kind of stuff, man. So the values, it's going the wrong way. I see it every single day. Some of the conversations I have with high schoolers, man, it'll blow your mind, man. It will blow your mind when it comes to values and respect. And one of y'all said something earlier too, and I can't remember who it was, but we all human. We're human, and I tell my kids all the time. I say, hey, look, the things that you do throughout the year, when it's time to the end of the year, and I got a kid that's been very respectful all year. Kid just been a good kid, man. Just yes sir, no sir, or hey, everything right. And then you got this one kid, man, that you got to talk to all the time and say the same thing over and over again. And then when you try to correct them, they disrespectful or they got a attitude and all this other stuff. I tell them all the time, hey, look, well, I'm human. You sitting on a doggone 59, because all you need is a 60 to pass now, right? If you're sitting on a 59 at the end of the school year, and I'm going to do what I'm obligated to do to try to help you, but that kid that's been respectful and that kid that's done everything we've asked of him for the year, I'm going to go out of my way. I'm going to go out of my way, dog, because respectful, they got some values. I know they care. They ain't said not one negative thing. You know what I mean? They've been a good kid. So those things come back to bite you. That's what I try to get across to them kids at school all the time, man. They're going to come back to bite you. I tell them all the time, I don't care. You can be upset with me because I know, and I got mostly 9th and 10th graders. I said, by the time you're a senior, junior, senior, I know what your relationship with me is going to be because look at the scenes before you. They were 9th and 10th, and some of them had some of the same attitudes you have, and now that run in my classroom every day, just hey, what's going on? Hey, and just to talk to them, let me know what's going on in their life and all this other stuff.
Yeah,
was on them hard, and
he established that baseline, that foundation.
Right.
Established that foundation of what right looks like.
It applies in the family dynamic. It applies just out here in the world, man. So we got to get back to that. We got to get back to just the adults saying, hey, look, I'm not going to be doing this just because I want you to like me or I want you to,
right.
I don't want to lose you. I want you, all that stuff, man. We got to dig in and be a parent or be an adult, be a teacher, be a, you know what I'm saying? Be that person to put them in their place. As far as the fame and whatnot, yeah, dog, we fighting a losing battle.
Yeah, you go.
Hey, man, and I ain't just talking about school kids. I'm talking about kids in general, man. A lot of kids, they just they seeing what's happening out there where they can make they think it's a quick buck. They looking and they seeing, oh, that's Diddy. He got this much money. Oh, that's Meg. That's Meg Stallion. She got this right here. She can do this. Or that Glorilla. She talked about how she was boosting one day and the next day, she got it. They calling her about, doing an album and all of that stuff. Well, that stuff ain't that's I ain't gonna say few and far between because
it's not reality though. It's not reality
it's
for
not
a lot
normal
of people.
reality.
Yeah,
it's not your normal reality.
Yeah,
and it's more to the story. They paint it like they just called him out of the blue, but it's more to the story.
Yeah, it is. It is. Matter of fact, we doing it right now. All right? We started this podcast, man. We ain't started this thing, and then episode 2, we got sponsors and everybody calling us. Now we growing.
We didn't.
We growing. All right, but we knew we wasn't gonna be getting no calls week 2 saying, "Hey, we Ford Motor Company and we want to sponsor y'all." We,
Hey, we out here trying to get it out there. We throwing,
Them kids in mind though, man, and their mind. I don't really need to focus on this school stuff because I'm gonna be an influencer, and I I hope that stuff pops up with someone because it is profitable. All right, but that can't be plan A, B, and C. We right now the fame and everything, man. And kids, they want to be able to know everybody know them, and I got 20,000 followers, or actually 20,000 ain't nothing. I got 20 million followers, and that kind of stuff, and that. Supersedes right now. That supersedes some of the other things they need to be doing in their lives because they see the power that the people that have those followers. They see the power they have. They, a lot of girls right now, man. They looking at Angel Reese going playing ball to jumping on private jets, going to do, all these different, NIL opportunities and all that stuff. That's great.
Red carpet events.
Yeah, but that's her. That's her. That ain't the norm.
They forgetting the fact that she went to college and played basketball.
Right.
She started her brand.
Worked her butt off. Yeah. She
worked her butt off. Yeah.
And she's 6'5". You ain't 6'5". You know what I'm saying? You
out here 5'1" with 2 big toes.
Yeah. So yeah. I use they gotta get back.
I'm sorry.
Dude, crazy. Hopefully this Diddy trial will get some people to see, hey, look, maybe and fame maybe that ain't what I want. Maybe that ain't. That's my take on it though.
So you saying something important a minute ago that I want people to understand too. You saying that people want to get out here and they want to be seen and all that. But what I would try to tell young people, man, your reputation is gonna supersede anything that you do. Mm-hmm. Because at the end of the day, it's not really what you say at all, it's what you do. You're gonna be known for what your actions were at the end of the day. So you can say anything because you could change that in the next hour. It could be something different.
True.
But who you are is who you are. And that's going to stick with you until you take another action and it changes what the current thing was.
Change direction.
That's what I try to tell young kids, man. And, I don't really have a whole lot of dealing with young kids on a day-to-day basis, man. But I talk to a few children in my neighborhood, and if I see a kid or a young person in general, or people we consider kids, you at least try to talk to them and try to give them some direction, like because I have a lot of kids that kind of, and I'm saying that again loosely with young adults. I'm just gonna use my own family for example. I got a lot of nieces and nephews, and they look at me and they say, "Well, man, you got it made. You lucky and all that." I said, "But you're looking at the end product. You're not looking at what transpired between the kid and the adult and where I'm at now. You don't understand what took place in between them lines right there. You just don't fast forward to this because there's things you got to do to get there. So it's about respect and becoming who you are and knowing who you are and respect for others and all that other stuff. And the addiction to fame, like I said before, man, I think I say this all the time. I swear I had this conversation at least once a week to someone down here. I said, listen, the answer to all your problems is not move to Atlanta. That's it. That's because every young person you talk to, the answer to all their problems is, well, I'm gonna move to Atlanta.
ATL,
baby.
My kids coming next year, dog. All my seniors coming.
ATL, baby, let's get it. Hey, Peachtree. I'm going down to Peachtree.
I'm gonna tell them right now, dog. Look, after you pass the Waffle House, depending on where you at, shit get bad, dog. It ain't all good. You know what I'm saying? It ain't all, they always talk about it's all good. It ain't all good. This shit ain't all good, dog. You know what I'm saying? So you come down here, like Andre 3000 said, man, you come down here chasing stars, you might have to dodge some comets. Okay. So you better watch yourself, So I don't know, man. I think if in the immortal words of J. Cole, love yours. If you love yourself, dog, and believe in what you're doing, it don't matter where you at and what you're doing, man. Stay true to that, and you'll be all right. Okay, don't worry about being famous and all that. And we're at the age where, hell, we just the opposite. We don't want nobody in our damn business. Nope. You know what I'm saying? We don't want I don't care about being famous. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I do what I do, and I got a brand, and
mine.
Yeah, we got a brand, and we got BaldHeaded Reason, and I got a book and all this other stuff. Yeah, that's all good, dog. But that wasn't when I set out to do any of that, it wasn't my aspiration to become the next Denzel or nothing. It was just emotions and raw talent that I wanted to put out there to the atmosphere, man. Just like we're doing on this podcast. This not, just so y'all know, this is not our primary means of compensation. Okay, we're not getting paid a dime right now for this. Okay, just so y'all know, we already have that established. This is for your benefit, to tell you how to get to where we are, because we chilling. Partner, you dig? All right. So we're going to jump into this and that, y'all. Our next segment called This and That. Hey, man, what's a better movie series, man? Is it Indiana Jones or is it The Mummy? Watchdog, kick us off.
Well, since you asked me, I'm going to tell you, I reckon, I'm going to get on my porch right here. I'm going to stand on, I'm going to work out here and take on my cow. I got to take on Bessie out here. Bessie be out here doing her own thing. I tell her, trying to stay over here on this side of the hill for the old bull to get at her again. But what I'm going to do, right, I'm going to tell you, I
don't know what the hell he talking about, but okay. All right, go ahead, dog.
Wait, hear what I'll tell you about old Bessie I got. Bessie, man. Bessie, I got no Bessie. Bessie old cow I got, but the old bull be trying to get at her because he old young bull. He got a lot of energy. What? But I'm going to talk about
What, did you really got a cow, or this a metaphor? I'm lost.
Right now, dog.
Hey, but I'm gonna go with my man, brother. I'm gonna go with old Indy. Indiana Jones, baby. Indiana Jones is the one. Indiana Jones. He may be out there searching for treasure. He may be searching for all that, but I'm going Indiana Jones. Cause Indiana Jones, boy, he out there. Indy. And he pulled out that doggone whip, boy. He do some things with that little whip. Indy stood the test of time. Indy searched for all type of stuff. He got a family at one point. He done took old girl through the little temple of doom. He done told her, hey, he done saved his hat from being crushed. He done did all, he's walking there. He don't like no snakes. I don't like no snakes. So me and Indy got the things going on. So Indy spanned the test of time. The mummy, we always seen the same mummy pop up. He get killed and he come back. I'm like, dude.
And he come back. It's
the same mummy. But in Indiana Jones, boy, they had different quests. For different stress. Boy, he even had his son get involved. And he didn't even want him to do it, but he did it anyway and brought daddy back involved. But I'm going Indiana Jones.
Yo, okay. All right, Obi-Wan, he said Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones or the Mummy?
I'm really not a Mummy fan. Never really watched it.
What?
Indiana Jones was probably the most reasonable one on that one. You know what I'm saying? I watched Indiana Jones when it first came out. Watched a couple of them after
that. Lost Ark.
Yeah. I mean, I think, both of them had like 5 movies a piece. So pretty good comparison with both of those topics. Indiana Jones was probably, you know what I'm saying, the most reasonable for me, man. Old Temple of Doom, and then he had quite a few commercials after that, you know what I'm saying, with his movies and stuff of that nature, man. But to me, Indiana Jones is probably the one I like. I prefer the most.
Indiana Jones. All right. Big Lil, Indiana Jones or the Mummy?
Oh, it's got to be Indiana Jones. Want to know why?
Why?
Because I ain't ever seen the Mummy.
What?
I could. Hey, I saw that.
You choose Indiana Jones, dog, if you ain't never seen him.
It's Indiana Jones, man. I can remember watching that one. I got into them a little bit.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, something about the Mummy, man. I just couldn't get into it, when it first came out. I think I remember trying to watch like maybe half of a movie, and I might have fell asleep, something like that. But Indiana Jones, man, the excitement of it was good. But then I always found him funny, man. That dude was funny. He started making them faces, especially when you see a snake. When you saw a snake, his faces, man, and his acting was great because, like I said,
I don't like those snakes.
Yeah, he don't like them things, man. He despises them. That's the only thing that turned him into somebody soft is them snakes.
Well, that old Tim Doom, when he almost got crushed, he still reached back there and grabbed that hat.
You better believe it. He got to get that hat, though, dog.
He got to have that hat, dog.
Nice. Nice.
So for me, hey, that caught my attention. So that's why I go with Indiana Jones. Man, I sat there and I watched all of them. It was so long ago, I can't remember everything about them, but I do remember that I used to go, when it was playing, I was watching it. I was watching it, man. I was a big fan of that dude because of he was pretty flexible in how he acted. But the Mummy, man, I just couldn't wrap my head watching this dude die and come back and do the same thing again. I just couldn't wrap my head around it, man. So it's Indiana Jones for me.
Agree with y'all, man, because I was watching the Mummy, man. I'm like, man, this nigga Jesus. You know what I'm saying? You kill this motherfucker, he coming back every 5 minutes, man. You kill this motherfucker, he like the Undertaker.
Right.
That motherfucker said, this was the Undertaker. You can't kill this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, by that reason alone, I'm going Indiana Jones because this nigga don't die, dog. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to leave him where he at, dog.
You steady messing with that fool. He's steady coming back.
Right.
How many lives you got, man? 9. Yes, sir. All right, so check this out, man. Who y'all picking right now? Better actor, man. I'm talking about I know Liv. I'm starting something right now. But they whole who y'all picking, man? Would you rather, is it Danny Glover or Forrest Whitaker? Liv, I'm gonna start with you right away, dog. I'm gonna go kick it off with you right away, dog.
Hey, both of them boys bad now. Both of them boys bad. I'm talking about historically great actors.
Michael Jackson bad.
Yeah, Jackson bad, dog. I'm talking about the standard bearers. But one of them jokers, man, I got to see everything he's in. I don't care what it is. I don't care what his role is. I don't care who else is in the movie with him. I don't care what the plot of the movie is. I got to watch it, dog. And that's Old Bad Eye. Dog. Old Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah. Oh, Forrest Whitaker?
Yeah. You thought I was going to go the other way, huh?
I thought you were going Danny. My bad.
You had asked me this like back in the 90s, something like that. Now I probably would have said Danny Glover because them doggone him and Mel Gibson, man. Yeah,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. But hey, once I saw doggone Forrest Whitaker in King of Scotland, it was a wrap, dog. It was a wrap.
Right down, dog.
That is one of the best acting jobs you will ever. That's one of the movies I can watch it every time it comes on, man. I can be flipping through the channels, and if I see that thing come on, I'm gonna watch it. Yeah. It was great, man. So ever since then, that ain't his only thing now by far, but that was the one.
Right? And Taken 3 too. Taken 3. Forrest Whitaker was a bad man.
That's right. I mean, like I said, everything he's in, man. But that King of Scotland for me, I looked at like his acting in that thing. That put him over the top for me as my favorite male actor, of all time, man. He's my favorite male actor of all time just because of roles like that. He's had a million more of them, but that just stood out to me. So Danny Glover, like I said, if you had asked me in the 90s, yeah, it was going to be Danny Glover. Them boys, we was all glued to the TV for him and Mel.
Lethal Weapon. All them Lethal Weapons. Every one of them.
Every last one of them. But now, if I got to choose between the two of them, if both of them on at the same time, I'm watching Old Bad Eye, dog, because that's a great actor.
I know. Okay, watch dog. Forrest Whitaker or DG, baby. Danny Glover. You going Forrest?
Hey, I'm sorry, sir. You talking to me?
Yes, sir.
Well, sorry. I was in there trying to give me look at this old story I was picking up. But let me tell you something. Hey, Boy, I'm gonna give you that leg, big leg. I'm gonna give you that. Oh, 1 eye Willie, sleepy eye is a man. I'm gonna give you that. But. I gotta come back and tell you how we feel. Boy, don't mess with Mister. Mister out there in the color purple. I don't care when that movie was, they done try to remake it. Mister in the color purple is the movie. Danny Glover, boy, I don't care what time of season. You can be getting ready to go to sleep and you hear the dang, you show is ugly. You gonna turn the TV on and turn yourself around and say, oh, that's the damn color purple. Let me see what the hell going on. Boy, Suge in the house. Suge, you finna watch it. And who in that? Danny Glover. But then if you want to spend it, man, Danny reinvented himself, man. Danny jumped in the Christmas movie, right? Danny said that when his wife died and almost Christmas, he was trying to figure out how to make that doggone sweet potato pie. He kept the family together. The man was diversified himself. I said, boy, Danny doing the thing, right? Danny doing the thing. He done put you in an old wholesome mood during Christmas, trying to make old pie, show you how to do it. But then when you really want to think about it again, before that, he was in that, dream girls, we are dreaming. Huh? Boy, huh? He was out there doing the thing too. Boy, then Daddy played in Lion King. Huh?
Right.
Daddy versatile. Boy, if you really want to go back again, stone fishing, ants, bad butt, the Prince of Egypt. Boy, Daddy is diversified, man. I gotta go Daddy Gun. Don't get me wrong. King of Harlem, he bad. That boy right now in Ando, he in Disney movie, he in Ando, Star Wars, whatever that movie, the beginning of the Sith and Star Wars with Ando. He out there doing his thing. Forrest doing his thing with the old sleepy eye. But he doing his thing. But that doggone Danny Glover been in some things. Boy, he stood beside Angela Bassett and Proud Mary.
Both been in some things. Both
he stood beside Angela Bassett and Proud Mary. Y'all know what I mean. Y'all know. Boy, he was on set. He was focused. I bet he knew all his lines.
So we got 1-1. Danny Glover and 1 Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah,
all right,
1-1.
Okay, over 1.
Man, let me tell you. Hopper, you tried to beat me.
It's hard. I know it's hard to beat that one. It's hard to top that one. I know it.
Man, hey, both of these guys are tough, man. You know, they I would say both of them, you know, looking outside the acting piece, they both, you know what I'm saying, are both goodwill ambassadors, man. One, Danny Glover's being the ambassador for the UN developmental program. And you know, Forrest Whitaker being a goodwill ambassador and for educational, scientific, and cultural organizational type stuff. He also is the CEO of the Whitaker Peace and Developmental Institute, initiative. But, you know, Forrest Whitaker, man, going back to his acting career, man, it started out with, you know, Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yep.
I don't know if y'all remember that.
Yep.
Yeah. He was playing that crazy linebacker. Man, and then, you know, it went on to Platoon. You know, brother did some good stuff, man. And, you know, this is really two, I would say, equal type actors.
In their own right. Yes, sir.
This is why I threw it out there, because I wanted it to be difficult.
It's hard for me to pick between the both of them, man, because they both are pretty much the top notch, you know what I'm saying, as far as actors concerned. And you know, Danny Whitaker. Danny Whitaker. Yeah, that's a nice mixture,
right?
Danny Glover, you know, he did this guy, man, he was awesome, man. Lethal Weapon, Mandela. I don't think nobody mentioned Mandela.
Yeah.
You know, he did.
No, sure didn't.
He did his stuff at Mandela, man. It's hard, man. I would give a slight edge to Forrest Whitaker, being that he had a lot of other things that he put his hands into, as far as that's concerned. But again, if we had to put a good eye on it, man, I would say it's even between both of them. But I give my little slight edge to Forrest Whitaker, man.
Thing is, like, all of them had, great dynamic roles, like we was talking about. We know they're most storied things like Color Purple and all that. But I'm gonna go back to one of my favorite movies, man, with Forrest Whitaker, man, Raging Harlem, dog. Raging Harlem, man. A lot of people don't like black cinema, but I love it, man. That's like my favorite genre of movies. I like to watch Coffee Brown. I like to watch, Willie Dynamite. I like to watch the Mac. That's like, if you ask me right now, oh, no doubt about it, dog. I watch Coffee Brown. If that's a nugget that if you didn't know nothing about me, that's one of the things that you need to know right there. I love black cinema, and I'll watch them over and over and over again. That's like my favorite thing to watch. I love to watch that, man, because it's cultural. It's cultural for me. I like to go back and see how far we came, because times was different then. And, we recycled the same actors that you saw in Good Times, you saw on That's My Mama. Sweet Daddy was Sweet Daddy in Good Times, but he was the mailman and That's My Mama, and like things like that. Those things, are transcendent to me, man. So, but if I had to give one, I would probably say Danny Glover is more accomplished. Even though both of them are like Oscar-winning actors or whatnot, Danny Glover probably got like a bigger. He probably done more like quantity, but I'm not saying that his quality is no better than Forrest Whitaker. So I agree with what you're saying. It's hard to pick one to say which one is definitively better than the other. I would say it's down the middle, but I mean, both of them have some critical roles. Like I said, people don't underestimate Forrest Whitaker in Taken 3. That was really good. Don't underestimate Danny Glover in Shooter. Y'all remember Danny Glover in Shooter? That was a really, really good movie. You know what I'm saying?
One of the few movies where he was a bad guy.
Well, he was a bad guy, you know what I'm saying? So I was
Yes,
like,
he was.
so the range, both of them got range out of this world, man. So, that to me, that's like a down the middle thing. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna jump into In Their Prime, fellas. In Their Prime, man, and Liv, I think Ando started this last week, but he mentioned the name of Brad Daugherty, so it had me thinking, man. In Their Prime, I'm like, Brad Daugherty was a bad dude, man. So, who we match him up with? So we're gonna match him up this week. In Their Prime, man, is it Brad Daugherty or Tom Chambers? Because Tom Chambers was a bad man. Watch, y'all, kick us off. I'm gonna let you kick us off with this one right here.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and kick it out real fast and tell you who I'm going with. And I'm gonna solidify it. And I'm gonna say I'm gonna go with old Chambers. Yep. Chambers over 6'10".
Yep.
I ain't gonna tell you what his ethnicity was, because everybody already know that man. He started the power forward stuff. That and then when
that boy can score that basketball. He can score that basketball. That boy can score that basketball.
Brother. I mean, in any fashion, anywhere, at any point on the court, you have mid-range, 3-point line, Boy, if he want to put those things in your face, he gonna put them in your face too, because he could jump and fly.
Yep. So good.
Yeah. Chambers was the truth, man. They gave him a bad shake though 2 years when he got drafted initially, right? And then they gave him 2 years, then traded him, went to Seattle. Put him to Seattle. Yep. I'm like, why you did that? Because you brought in a fresh, you thought he was gonna be the new face. But Chambers, man, when you watch his film, you watch that and you think about today's game, he playing like some of these strong power forwards playing right now. But he was playing like that back then.
Yep.
And then you think about the old movie, what that movie, White Man Can't Jump. He didn't get the message.
Damn that. He didn't get the message because he was dunking on balls.
He didn't get the message, bro. I mean, I'm talking about he was dunking all out of ways.
He didn't care what nobody said because he was going to the rack, dog.
He's going. And if I ain't mistaken, to this day, he's still trying to figure out why he in the NBA Hall of Fame. But we're going to. I don't know what's going on with that. But I'm going Tom Chambers, man. Because and Darty career got cut short because he had the back problem.
Right.
But he was on the verge of being something special at that center position, bro. For the 8 years that he was in the league, he did his thing. He put some nice numbers up, and he knew how to pass that rock.
Yep.
He got that hot potato out of his hand when he needed to get that hot potato out of his hand. But I got to go Tom Chambers for the simple fact that he started what we now see in today's NBA in the power forward position because he's shooting from he was shooting from every vantage point. He didn't care where I'm at. Hey, you want me mid-range? You want me to sit out there at the 3-point line? You want me to come on the baseline? Oh, you want me to flush this and put this in your face? I got it. I got that too.
It's a really good matchup. It is an extremely really good matchup. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you gave a good one because those boys have some careers. Dartis just got cut short, but if he would have had the ability to not have those particular injuries and that man would have been different. He would have ranked higher than where he got to rank. What did he rank about? Like top 100 or something, 134, somewhere around there. Right now, Darty, he'd have been a difference maker. But you got to think about the time frame that Darty came up. You got what, Elijah One, all of them out there. Boy, that's a different class of centers that you trying to compete against. But he was holding his own.
He's primarily a power forward, but he plays some center though. But he bad man though. Bad man.
Yeah.
Bad man.
I'm gonna go with TC.
Okay. Okay, TC. All right, Obi-Wan.
Mr. Doherty, he lasted a whole 8 years in the NBA. Had to retire due to back injuries.
Long time though.
Huh?
It's a long time though.
8 years ain't shit, man. Man,
yeah,
I could do 8 years in my sleep.
Yeah, after 8 years in the Army, dog, I had all kind of writers. Now, arthritis, neuritis, sinusitis, all kind of writers.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't even diagnose. They didn't want to write it down.
let me, I'm not taking anything from Brad Daugherty, man. Like what he's doing now, I think he's in the NASCAR industry, man. He's actually doing a lot. But he had a nice little game, man. He had the little semi sky hook. Get him in the post, man. He's doing his thing, man. Average by 19 points a game.
Yep.
He had a couple years where he, all pro. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he actually did his thing, man. And my thing is, man, with the basketball game, you have to be available, dude. I got it. Everybody's will go through their injuries and stuff like that, man. You have to be to solidify your doggone legacy. You have to be available.
That's a great point.
Yeah, I mean, you're not. I got it. You're not gonna probably finish, doing all 82 games, plus postseason, whatever. If you make the postseason a year, you know what I'm saying. But if you're available for your team constantly, man, that speaks volumes. Now going to Tom Chambers, I ain't gonna lie, man. I think Tom Chambers, this boy was tough.
20,000.
I mean, I'm talking about inside outside. You know what I'm saying? I love that type of game, man. Being official, if you can play inside and outside, man, I want to be at your game. You know what I'm saying? I want to have that whistle, that game. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna enjoy watching you play.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm gonna stay on my game.
Had it. And he had it.
Yeah,
he had it, dog.
I'm gonna enjoy watching you play, man.
Points.
Because this dude, man, when I tell you the most prize, I say poster that he made, was that one where he climbed up.
Yep.
And man, it's like he's walking on this dude,
and
he dunked on. I'm like, man, what the hell?
That knee up in the air.
Yeah, like did he just walk on air and this like, man, he just like it was like some stairs up there. You know what I'm saying? When he just went up, But this guy, man, inside outside, take you to 3-point range. You know what I'm saying? He can post you up. He can dribble drive. You know what I'm saying? Take you to the rack. You know what I'm saying? He did it all, man. Tom Chambers, yeah, he averaged 18 points a game. You know, he shot 47% from the field, man. Bro, that's you know what I'm saying, when you deal with mid range compared to, you know, in 3-point range, you averaging 47% from the field. That's, to me, that's hey,
You're a bad man.
That's Hall of Fame numbers, man.
And he gonna get there. And he gonna get there.
20,000 plus points.
And he gonna get there. And if he don't get there, it's a travesty because that was a bad dude, dog.
Yeah, I mean,
20,000 plus points.
16 years in the league. You know what I'm saying? My pick was TC Tealy.
TC.
You know
all right, Liv, what's your pick, dog?
Mr. Moderator, Mr. Harvey, read that question for me again.
In their prime, who you picking, man? If you had to pick between one of these two, man, is it Brad Daugherty from North Carolina, or is it? You know what? You set me up, and I know what you're doing, dog. I know you're a dirty dude, dog. I know you're a dude. Let me tell you. Wait. Hold up. Hell no, dog. Let me tell y'all what Liam just did, dog. He set me the hell up because I know he's a diehard Duke fan, and he asked me that for a reason. He know Brad Daugherty went to North Carolina, and he gonna ask me to read it again. You're a dirty man. You're a dirty man. I just want to do that, dog. But in their prime, Brad Daugherty from North Carolina or Tom Chambers, dog. I already know. That's dirty, though, Liam. That's dirty, dog.
Hey. If you hadn't escorted me through the tunnel to get to the Knicks and the Hawks game, dog, I'd be disappointed in you right now, man. I would be disappointed, man. I'm a little hurt, man. I'm a little bit disappointed. Hey, you're supposed to know me better than this, and I understand.
Because see, I wasn't ready for that. You set me up good, dog. But go ahead.
Well, I did. Am I a Duke fan first, or am I a sports fan first?
You're a sports fan.
And first, so I can see how you thought that's where I was gonna go. All right, and it did cross my mind. So you're right. It did cross my mind, but that ain't why I asked you to repeat the question. I asked you to repeat the question because the question was, I wanted to hear that first part. In their prime.
In their prime.
Now, it really depends on what you're looking for when you ask this question. All right. If you're talking about, you know, in their prime, who's the most exciting player, who's the most versatile player, who's the player that you want to tune in and watch, it's Tom Chambers.
Yeah.
It's Tom Chambers. Easy. Because Brad Daugherty was boring. That's Tim Duncan Daddy.
What?
Brad Daugherty, Tim Duncan Daddy. All right. I'm not.
He damn sure was.
Hey, I ain't buying no ticket that goes. Hey, dog. When you took me to the game a few weeks ago, dog. If Brad Daugherty was the highlight of the game, I would have stayed underneath the thing where the food was. Because I don't need to see him. But I do know this. I know when we came out there from drinking and eating. I know when we came out there and we looked up at the scoreboard, we would have seen Brad Daugherty had 30 and 10. We would have seen that. All right. No. If somebody that was we know what Tom Chambers did. If part of the question is in their prime, I need a bucket. I'm going with Brad Daugherty. I know Tom Chambers he's athletic as I don't know what. I love watching him. And that dunk you talking about, Obi-Wan, man, I don't know why that still don't get played. I mean, I know it's grainy video and all that, but I don't know why that thing still don't get played because that's one of the best ever. You know what I mean? It is.
Keep going, dog. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but that doggone Brad Daugherty, man, you can count on him to get you about 30. You know, I know he didn't average 30, nothing like that, but the big games, you know, before he started having all the injuries and all of that in his prime, I'm going to go with, you know, I got to go with Brad Daugherty, man, because you had to double him. You know what I mean? And even when you doubled him, he's so fundamentally sound. That little, you know, jump hook. He wasn't athletic at all. He ain't jump out the gym. You know, that dude probably probably jumped like 2 inches, man. But he was getting that shot off. He was going to get that shot off. So it really depends on when you ask this question, what exactly are you looking for? Are you looking for the most versatile, the one you want to see, the one that has, got multifaceted game, that it's no question it's Tom Chambers. No question. But if I need a bucket, I'm calling Brad Daugherty, dog. I don't need to see him do it because I'm probably gonna fall asleep. But when I wake up, Cleveland gonna be on top by 2 points. Yeah. So it's Brad Daugherty for me in their prime.
Brad had a boring game, but I think that a lot of people, because at the time that they played, there was another, point guard, power forward / center duo in the league called Stockton and Malone. And they used to get all the pub, but they don't realize how deadly the Mark Price, Brad Daugherty 1-5 pick and roll was in Cleveland. Man, that thing was almost unstoppable, man. You know what I'm saying? And Brad Daugherty was a finisher. He was a finisher, man. He was like Duncan. He get on the box. It wasn't fancy, but he gonna get that bucket because he was big. He had great ball skills, great footwork. But Tom Chambers was a more flashy, more athletic guy. You know what I'm saying? Because he could play a little above the rim on you. You know what I'm saying? And you just didn't expect that at that time in the league from some white guy. Right. You know what I'm saying? Playing above the rim, because you expect them to sit out there like Bird and shoot jump shots and stuff. Right. But this guy go to the rim and he'll dunk on your ass, dog. You know what I'm saying? And don't forget now, we give a lot of credit to Barkley and KJ on the Phoenix team that went to the finals with the Bulls, but Tom Chambers played a big, big part in that, of getting them there. At one damn all, it was Tom Chambers on that box, because he was absolutely murdering Cartwright and Horace Grant and all them guys they were trying to put on. He was killing them guys, man, killing them. He was killing them, man.
Horace Grant forgot to spray that dang defog on his glasses.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he had them damn Ninja Turtle goggles on.
Go fast.
He had them damn Ninja Turtle goggles on, dog, out there getting posterized.
What the Twin Powers activate?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
If Tom Chambers coming down the lane back then, dog, even though it was a white guy, if you jump, I'm gonna tell you right now, dog, you was a big dummy.
Big dummy.
You know what I'm saying, dog? Because he gonna posterize. All right, fellas, well, check this out, man. We're gonna jump to our last segment again. Once again, we invite y'all to follow us on YouTube and Spotify, man. You can email us also at BaldHead Reason there, man. We like them questions in them comments, man. And we still got that merch out there too. Y'all need to tap in, man. If you want to hit us with that merch, man, we got that BaldHead Reason merch. If you want to get into that, man, let us know. You know what I'm saying? Reach out to us. Let us know if you want to tap into that. We can hook y'all up with that, man. We got big things coming down the pipe pretty soon for the BaldHead Reasoning crew. You know what I'm saying? And our goal is to jump out there with that live episode. And then once we do that, man, we're going to get on tour. We're going to pull up on y'all where y'all at. You know what I'm saying? We're going to pull up on y'all, man, and do a little shizzle. You dig that? That's our ultimate plan, man. So go ahead and like and subscribe, man. Don't just watch us, man. Go ahead and check us out, man. Hit that like button, man. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. It ain't going to cost you nothing, We give it back to the community. You did. All right. Yeah. Our last segment is called Off the Dome, dog. Off the Dome, fellas, man. Bam. There go the graphic right there. You don't see it yet, but it's coming. All right. Off the Dome, baby. All right. Who or what are you putting on blast this weekend? Watchdog, man. Take us out of here. Set us off, baby. Level set us, like they used to say.
Hey, I'm going to level set. I'm going to level set that individual pulling that trailer this morning. And I was trying to get on the merge on 95 North to get to work. And then you decide to merge, and then eventually some reason you decide to get in the middle lane. I don't know why you was in the middle lane, so I'm trying to get over to the fast lane so I can go and get to where I need to get, because I'm trying to get on that gas pedal. And before I know it, I heard something go, pop. And I paused. I said, I know good and got doggone. You know what I said? I looked at the screen again, looked over there, leaned over and looked at my windshield. Dude done threw a rock. Smack my windshield, now I got to chill.
Wait. He threw a rock out, or it just spin up off the car?
Because he's in the wrong lane. He should have stayed in the slow lane, but he dragging that trailer and jumped in the middle lane. And next thing I know, a rock come flying up. Because when you merge from the on-ramp, it's always when you get hit. I'm like, man, please don't jump over in this middle lane. As soon as he did it, bro, that rock came up. Cracked my goddamn windshield.
Oh, damn.
Well, I'm looking, I drive by him, and he looked the other way when I drive by.
He know he got you. He know he
Well,
got
you know, so I'm hot, man. I'm like, man, now I got to figure out if I can feed the window when I have it called safe light repairs, safe light,
Safe light replay.
safe light. So now I'm hot, man. But that's what I put on place. If you got a trailer, you put in that summer gun, and you know you get on the own ramp, man. Stay in the slow lane. Don't be trying to
slow lane.
trying to drag that wagon across lanes because you throwing pebbles and rocks here at everybody. You don't even realize.
Everything.
Hey, Sunday driver. Okay. All right. Obi-Wan, who you putting on blast this weekend, dog?
Just let you know on Watchdog, my dogs hate that doggone commercial. Safe life repair, safe life repair. Nah, the one I'm putting on blast this week is Mr. RFK Jr. Boy, what in the fuck is you doing swimming in old up shit creek without no fucking paddle? Boy, what in the hell's wrong with you? You out there swimming in old shitty ass creek with your grandkids. Bro, what are you trying to fucking prove, dog?
I don't need to be vaccinated.
What are you trying? Yes.
Real
you know what
bad.
I'm saying? You already talk like fucking Froggy. You know what I'm saying? Bro, what are you trying to prove, dog? You swimming and then you going underwater.
He don't care about nobody's safety.
Yes.
He got his what is that? JFK is his uncle or is it that's not? He got him rolled.
The sad part about it, man, is somebody's gonna follow that lead. And they go do the same shit. And they go get sick as hell.
Drink bleach.
Yes. Bro, like what is wrong with these fools, man?
That part.
Bro. This dude, man, I mean, you got your grandkids out there in old contaminated ass creek. And then you come on live TV and said, man, don't take no health advice from me.
I saw that.
No shit.
What?
No shit. I would never ever take health advice from you. You know what I'm saying?
So why you applying for this position? You know, the position.
Yeah. And you just told America don't trust you. So why the fuck you still there, dog?
Yeah. but that goes to show you, man. You know, we sit here and talk about DEI and all this stuff. We done took highly qualified people out of their positions. You know what I'm saying? Because of DEI, woke, whatever you want to say.
30-some plus years.
And you put these clowns, these straight clowns in doggone position that have no reason to be in there. You know what I'm saying? And that goes to show you right there. You got a guy swimming in a shitty ass creek, you know, with his grandkids, you know, and pretty much said, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, hey, don't take no health advice from me. You know, I would not give my kids or my grandkids the measles vaccination or whatever. I'm like, dude, what? Bro, we know kids going to school need vaccinations, man, because they coming from all walks of life. You know what I'm saying? They're kids, man. They have high immune systems. You know, bro, like give them their vaccinations, man. Like we got vaccinations, we turned out fine.
You got it when you was a damn kid, so stop playing.
Yes, exactly, man. You know, and you know the sad part about it is, you know, that part of America is gonna follow this dude, man, and they gonna do exactly what he says. You know, and that's sickening, man. That's that cult mentality.
Ain't gonna give them nothing. Don't let them kids die and be trying to talk about something. It was the doctor's fault. No, it wasn't the doctor's fault. It was your fault.
It's your fault.
Because I'm looking at your kids' medical history. They haven't been vaccinated for nothing.
Nothing. That's
we got vaccinations out there that could help them and build their immune system to fight off these particular diseases. And you say, I'm not giving it to them, but I'm gonna take them out here and let them swim in the contaminated water.
Mm-hmm. You swimming in that shitty ass water, man. That's crazy.
All right. Okay, Leo. What are you putting on blast, dog?
Man, I had a couple of them, man, but I'm gonna narrow it down to one. I had a couple of them I wanted to speak on, but in the interest of time, I'm gonna put on blast, man. The I don't know what it would be. The
He put himself on blast.
He put himself on blast.
But he put himself on blast, and then hey, he put himself on
Ladies and
blast.
gentlemen,
I'm out.
ladies and gentlemen, Lev had left the building. Lev had left the building, dog. So, not sure if he gonna be back. So I'm gonna go ahead and run it down to you.
He gonna come back. He gonna pop back in talking like he ain't even leave.
He gonna pop back in. All right, so check it out, man. This is what I'm putting on blast this week. I'm putting on blast all of any person, right? Any person that can honestly say that, you go out there and you do your thing or whatnot. But when you're wrong and you're trying to protest about a specific instance, and let's go back again. If you're wrong about something already, I would just say I'm putting on blast people that know your facts before you run up on people about talking about crazy stuff and you don't have all the facts. That's the people that I'm putting on blast, because it's important for you to know everything before you do that, okay? Because if you don't do that, you play yourself. You look like a fool because you running in there, you're all huffed up and buffed up, and you think you know what you talking about, and you don't know shit, okay? You just look like a fool. And at the end of the day, you just look like a fool, all right? So I'm putting on blast people that, hey, when you're angry, temper your anger till you know all the facts. Because when you go in there half-cocked, most of the time you go in there, you know what I'm saying, it's not what you think it is. So you can save everybody some heartache. So I want people to start thinking before they act, all right? Just put a little thought in to what you're doing before you go out there and you act on it. Make sure you have all the facts before you go out and make a fool of yourself. Okay? All right. So not sure what happened to my main man. We're gonna get up out of here, man. This is BaldHeaded Reason. I'd like you to, I would invite you to follow us on YouTube and Spotify once again, and email us at BaldHeaded Reason, man. A new episode every Monday, man. Big Lev dropped off. He was right in the middle of a segment, but it's all good. I'm going to bring it to y'all anyway. If he tell me what's going on, I'll tell you what's going on, man. This is BaldHeaded Reason. Thank y'all for tapping in, man. We'll see y'all again soon, man. Have a safe and prosperous weekend. We love y'all, man. And there's love, and there's peace, and there's soul. You did. We up out this thing.